But anyways, so what do we got here? Identity crisis. So, did you enjoy this episode?
You know what? This is my favorite episode of the series so far. The entire series.
The whole series.
The whole series. I would give this episode a 9 out of 10. From start to finish, it just exemplifies an excellent cinematography. It makes you feel for the characters involved. Like these two nameless nobodies, you feel so bad for them because of the events that unfold in this episode.
There's some parallels between this new character here and Grogu, right?
Absolutely. Well, and you get to see some development from Emerie. You get to see, again, more interaction, people who are betraying and selling out. This is selling out to the Empire, to potential Force-sensitive people. And
bounty hunters have no problems picking up kids.
Especially not Cad Bane, apparently.
Yeah.
It really kind of is... Oh, sorry. They really kind of establish how much of an evil dude that guy is, eh?
Oh, yeah. He'll do it. Dala. Yeah, but he's a good character. I'm glad they threw him in here.
I agree. I think he deserves a little bit more development.
But let's talk about really how dark this episode really is. It's really about abducting kids
and then calling them specimens, not even dehumanizing them.
Oh, right.
Man, I like I said, you can't.
So dark.
I watched from start to finish, and I was on the edge of my seat. You know, we talked in one of the earlier episodes about how they always seem to have to slot some monster in for them to fight to make the episode interesting.
Yeah.
They didn't do that in this episode.
No.
And it held my attention from start to finish.
It was all about that girl realizing that she was the monster.
But the Empire is not as good in that the pursuit of knowledge isn't always. Yeah,
Dr. Chase?
Yeah, Emerie.
Yeah, she realizes how that she was the monster, the Empire was the monster, and really, the whole episode came down to that conversation with Nala Say, where she went to her for counsel. How'd you deal with this? You know we're taking children. She's like, yeah. Now it's, what are you going to do with this, right? Mm-hmm. Look what got her. There was so much said in that conversation. With so little. What do you think is going to happen with this doctor?
Well, I think she's on the verge of freeing children, and she may play more importance in the next episode or the next coming episodes for what happens next. But we'll have to see. But I definitely think she's going to be helping some kids escape from captivity, or at least attempting at it.
She seems fairly smart because right in front of her she has Nala Say. That was her. So if she betrays the Empire, she knows that she's going to sell.
Yeah.
Even worse, she might not even get.
Well, and she may think that for the greater good, it's better to simply keep herself in charge of the children so that she can keep a watchful, keep a watchful eye over them and make sure that they're taken care of and not being abused to an nth degree.
So rough. They can't even use their names. They're getting conditioned to forget their names. They're now numbers.
Or they're kids forced into solitary confinement for trying to escape and wanting to go home. And
conversation with the young one talking about when she's going to get to go home. She just says the exact same. Oh, look. But she never will.
No. It's kind of interesting too at the end of the episode where she hands the doll that Omega made to the child subordinate that she's grown attached to over the time.
Or I think anything at that point would be comforting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some similarities between this and the cell in Andor. Hey, yeah, we're in these top levels looking down below. Yeah, these people are in prison.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
they're being experimented upon daily.
Oh yeah,
subjected to torture.
Experimented on. Yeah, that's such a dark story. Hey, children getting abducted, also they could extend the life of the people in power. You know, in their quest for immortality, they really will sacrifice kids. You get other people to do it for them.
Well, and it's actually like it from real life parallels. It's actually really interesting that they're able to do this as well. And it shows just how like basically a boy, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm dropping my ball here.
Well, you know,
a fascist. That's the word I was looking for. This shows how a fascist society actually controls its people. It gets your neighbor to betray you. It gets to sell you out, and you see that all the time. the belief that there's no hope and there's no way that this ends, right?
And if she can't change her mind, she's not in a position to. Yeah. Oh, that's rough. What a very dark episode. But it seems like there's a lot of heat on Hemlock. He's been spending a lot of money.
Yeah, so we're starting to see Tarkin, and there's a battle of wills going on. Who's got more power, Hemlock or Tarkin?
I'm finding it fascinating that Tarkin didn't really know what's going on. He doesn't know what the project's about.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, but he's still involved in its finance.
And it's also kind of interesting because when they had that summit where Tech died,
yeah,
we see that they're talking, and it seems that Tarkin kind of knows what's going on and believes in the program, but he doesn't know the full extent. And the fact that Hemlock was able to just basically pass him off, because I mean, in the movies, the original trilogy, Tarkin is portrayed as basically on the same level of power as Darth Vader in the Empire.
These are new characters. What do you think about them?
I find them interesting. Need to find out more about the alien species. They did a good job.
And this young one's a little bit powerful for someone not being trained. You know, he's got things floating around.
Yeah. Well, and I'm kind of interested as to what is that collar around their neck. I think it's a universal translator, but I'm not really sure. Kind of begs some questions, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So 1 to 10, what would you rate this episode?
Honors, 1 to 10, what would I rate this episode? I would give it. Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing. I think it's a 9.5. Like I said, it is my absolute favorite of the series so far.
The story-driven episode is very powerful and very emotional. It immediately switches gears in the next episode. What is the next episode? Let's take a trip. Take a trip to the next episode. The Point of No Return. What a crazy episode this one was.